fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Oh, all right. Well, welcome aboard, boys and girls. It's time for State of the Atmosphere. We got a huge in memoriam this week. A lot of actors passed away in the last week. It's just frustrating how many of them are gone. Heroes that I've looked forward to watching for years. Also, we've got what you can look forward to in October at the movie theaters and the Sweeney Spot in the pop culture update. All that and more tonight on State of the Atmosphere. All right, folks, welcome aboard. It's time for State of the Atmosphere. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and I am joined as usual with my compadres, Knock and Das Wolfen. What's happening, man?
What's up,
A lot.
What's going on with the Friday night gaming crew?
Well, doing okay. Just got off work a little bit ago.
Yeah. Knoxter, how you doing, man? You all geared up for this weekend?
Yeah. I got a nephew's game on Friday, and then Renaissance Fair on Saturday, and then football on Sunday. So it's hard to get better than that.
You got a lot going on. Let's
I
see.
did go see Sabaton and Judas Priest again.
Yeah, how was that? Tell us,
Good.
please.
I thought it was a little better than the show they did in St. Louis.
Yeah. What can Rob Halford still sing? Can he still hit all those notes he used to hit?
Oh yeah, he can hit all those notes still.
Wow, man, that's just amazing to me. These old fucks can do that. That's crazy.
He shuffles around the stage like an old man, but
Yeah,
he still can hit those high notes.
that's cool. And Sabaton, I've heard a lot about. I've heard some of their music. My stepson is a huge fan of them. But I've never really gotten into them. But then again, I don't listen to as much music as I used to.
Yeah.
I watch more stuff than I listen to. No.
Yeah, during the encore, just for nostalgia bait, he came riding out on a bike.
Did he?
On stage with the leather and the leather hat, the chain
Chopper?
on it, and
Yeah.
had the riding crop between his teeth.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think I've told you the story before. It was a friend of me and my brother's on YouTube. We mentioned the fact that how did people not figure out he was gay back in the day, right? And he's like, Rob Halford's gay. I was like, dude, did you not see how he dressed back then? I mean, every time they show a gay bar in a movie, there's somebody dressed like Rob Halford in there.
Yeah, I made a comment. He looked like an S&M Santa Claus,
right?
with that white beard.
Yeah, he's got a huge beard now, doesn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, big white beard. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. I'm definitely a huge fan of Judas Priest. I love that band. Always have, dude. Love them. My favorite song they ever did is actually two songs. It's a guitar lead in and the song. It's The Hellion and Electric Eye. Those are my favorites.
Electric Eye's my favorite.
Yeah. But I love the guitar song. It's not the same song without the Hellion at the beginning of it. It's just not.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. So anyway, let's take a look at what's going on in the chat. Of course, Vince is working hard. Hardest working wrench on YouTube. Thank you very much, brother. Putting all the links out there to ways to get a hold of me and support the channel and all that good stuff. And we all know who checked in earlier today. If you don't know his name by now, you're just not paying attention. You really just don't know what's going on. You really don't. Because this guy is here every week.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim checks in at 1:10 this afternoon, Central Time. He says, looks like I win again. Yeah, that's right. Of course, Vince is here. He says, I'll get you next time, Gadget. I mean, Tim. He's talking about Tim. And he says, Heidi ho to all you nerds and nerdettes, for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Knock is talk. Let's see. What are we saying here? We are not getting younger. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's why. But as many as passed away this week. Oh man, that's a lot. It really is. A lot of guys that were in some great stuff too. Let's see. What did you say, Knock? Joe, as slow as ever, old man. Stop it, man. Awesome one is here. He's hanging. Good to see you, brother. And yeah, he's hollering at Tim too. So let's get started. Let's get started with the pop culture update as usual.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
And you guys know how we started up. We always start with the box.
By the way, that message was in reference to the late start.
The late start, yeah. Well, sometimes I'm running a little behind, but it's not super late. It was not super late. But anyway, okay. We're going to start with the box office receipts like we always do. And The Wild Robot was the winner this weekend. And its main competition was Beetlejuice. Apparently not Megalopolis. Megalopolis only made $4 million domestically and didn't even come in the top 5. You have to scroll down to 6 to see Megalopolis. And I wanted to go see this movie. I just got back from Maine. It was first weekend back, and I spent it with Foxy. So
yeah, you were supposed to watch it so you can talk about it on the show, yeah. And even you didn't go watch it.
Even I didn't go watch it. Yeah, that's bad, isn't it? It's really bad. I just didn't have a chance to. I'm not going to be able to go see as many movies as I want now because if you don't know this about me, boys and girls, I am an NFL addict. If I'm addicted to anything, it's the NFL, and I don't do things on Sundays because I enjoy my football. So Saturdays is the only day, and like I said, I was gone for a week, so I wanted to hang out with Foxy. But Transformers 1 ended up number 3. It wasn't a good week for the box office. Let's face it. We're getting into that lull between summer and the holiday season, so they're going to dump a lot of stuff in here that they don't expect is going to make a lot of money.
Now, I did see a video that said that Transformer 1, when it gets into the meat of it, is actually a lot different from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't know if that's true, but I might give it a go.
From Transformers fans that I've seen, and this is purely from watching my feed and paying attention to people that I know that I tend to agree with movies, they say this one is not bad. Say that
I'm just not a big Transformer guy, like in general. Yeah. I didn't watch any of the cartoons, not really. I watched.
I did. I ran home. Yeah,
I liked Shia LaBeouf, Shia LaBeouf,
Yeah.
in the original 3. But after he left, I lost interest. I like Mark Wahlberg, but I was a fan of Sam Witwicky.
Right. Sam Witwicky was the heart and soul of the first 3 movies, right?
Yeah.
Even that second one that I just can't stand. He's actually funny in it. I mean, he's the draw. Him and Megan Fox, right? And actually, they changed out the hot chick in the 3rd one, and actually, I think the 3rd one is the second best of the series, other than the first one. Even though it's a little bit long, I really like Dark Side of the Moon. But from what I understand, the lore fanatics really like this one, so it should be interesting. I'm going to give it a watch at some point, but I just wasn't in a hurry to get it. And look, Deadpool is still making money. That's crazy. A little bit, but I mean, Megalopolis barely outdid it, and it's in its 10th week, guys. I mean, that's bad. That's bad. It's bad news for Francis Ford Coppola's passion project. He put $120 million into this thing, and it bombs with a D- cinema score, and Wild Robot soars to number 1.
Well, that's usually what happens to directors' passion projects.
Yeah, I mean a lot of times these directors they do better things when they're dealing with somebody else's script, or somebody else's material, like The Outsiders that he made years ago. It made everybody in it a star. Everybody in that movie became a star after it was made. And, I mean, and it's based on a book we all read in high school, but
hard reading.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm going to watch it still. I'm going to go check it out. I don't know when, because I mean, we've got Joker this weekend. Of course, we're going to cover all the October releases later on in the show, but I'm going to find some time to see this one, and I'll have you guys a review for it next week. I'll definitely watch it between now and next week, but I just couldn't do it this week. I mean, I didn't get back into town until Thursday night late, so basically I've been here since Friday. I've only been here a few days. So anyway, okay, so we got that happened this week, and I don't know. I didn't think it was going to do that bad. Did you guys think it was going to do that bad? I mean,
no.
Yeah, I mean, I had mentioned it before that it was going to completely bomb, and whoever said that was completely right. So yep. I was expecting it just because of what I heard, and it turned out to be true.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hate it for him because I'm a fan of the director, but hey, we've got his other stuff to lean on. You know what I mean? And the verdict's out. I haven't seen it yet. The critics like it, but the audiences are either confused by it or don't like it. One of the two. I mean, it doesn't have very good Rotten Tomatoes scores. But Wild Robot, on the other hand, made $35 million. But that's just, let me tell you something. If you make a good kids movie these days, it's going to make money.
Yeah.
Parents are taking their kids back to the movies now. Probably, I would say, and this is just speculation, because of cabin fever over COVID. I think that's why they're taking them to the movies now. You know what I mean? To get them out of the house. But another movie that's a couple of movies that are doing well. Didn't think I'd ever see it, but Beetlejuice becomes Tim Burton's second highest grossing movie ever at domestic box office. Sets early October PVOD, video on demand, purchase video on demand, and digital releases. So, his Batman movie from 1989 finally got knocked off its perch as his biggest movie ever. Barely. I think it's like, this one's at 25.1435, and Batman's at 25.1.4. So, I mean, that's crazy, man. Yeah. But this is one that I wasn't in a hurry to run out and see in the theater. Did either one of you guys go see it?
Mm-mm.
No. Knock, did you go?
No, I was planning to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it looked like more of the same, but anyway, we'll check it out. See what it's all about.
I do plan on seeing it
planning
at some point. I think the thing for me was that it's like it came out a month too early for me.
Right.
I feel like it's a good Halloween movie.
Yeah.
So I think once I get more into the holiday spirit, I'll want to see it more.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it came out way too early. It should have come out this month.
I feel like it would have been perfect timing if it came out this month.
Yep, for sure. Well, Batman didn't have Jenna Ortega in it. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, that's a big draw. I was going to see Wild Robot, but was hoping Megalopolis would be more of a sci-fi like the silent film it was based on. Maybe 10% sci-fi. Ugh. Yeah.
You can't do a silent film with these actors and actresses in these days. They love to hear their own voice.
Right. But anyway, one that Knock told us about last week, I remember him mentioning this, that it's fixing to get its video release on Disney Plus. Inside Out hits 30.5 million views in 5 days on Disney Plus. Now, as much as we like to bag on Disney, when they've got something good, you got to call that out too. And apparently this is a popular movie.
I still got to watch the first two. I mean, this is one of those ones where I don't really have any interest, obviously, because it's not meant for me.
Right.
But when something makes over $1 billion, that's when it becomes pulp culture, right? Like, just for the relevancy, I feel like you got to watch it.
Yeah.
Vince.
Awesome one. Vince said that right. Don't mix up Megalopolis with Metropolis, the best picture of 1929, the first year they had the Oscars. They're different movies altogether. But yeah, to your point, man, having to go back and look at the first one, the first Inside Out movie has also benefited from Inside Out 2's popularity. Disney reports that the film has accrued more than 121 million views globally since the teaser for its sequel was released. So, yeah, both movies are doing well off of it on streaming. So, it warrants viewing, doesn't it? I mean, if it's doing that well, somebody's got to like it for a reason.
Yeah.
We got to dip our toe into that and find out what that's all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, The Incredibles are some Pixar movies that I just dig. They're better Fantastic Four movies than have ever been made by Marvel. You know what I mean? And, they're supposed to be kids movies, but and I got a feeling that Inside Out movie probably has a lot of jokes that we'll understand in it, because that's what puts these things over the top, is when an adult can go see it and laugh at it. So that's what I'm expecting when I watch it. Now, this next story, let's see. Vince says Metropolis was a clear influence for Coppola, but not more than that. Yeah, I don't think the two movies have anything to do with each other. But let's. This is more to promote something that I'm doing on another show, but it does have to do with pop culture, so we do have to talk about it. You guys know what's going on with Diddy right now. He's turning out to be the music mogul version of Jeffrey Epstein, it looks like. This guy was doing well. Everybody in the industry apparently has known about this guy for years, but the public is finding out now. Diddy facing 120 new sexual assault lawsuits, accused of abusing a 9-year-old boy. Oh my God, that's and they say that about 25 of the 120 are juveniles in this mass case against him. It's this is just wow. I mean, first of all,
they need to put him in Gen Pop is what they need to
do. Gen Pop, yeah, right. As soon as they find out he's been messing with kids, oh, dude, it'd be on with him. Yep. Yes, Vince, that's not a typo. 120. I really wanted to touch on it just to let you guys know that when me and Danny do, it's on a new date and time. It's at 5 p.m. on Mondays. I'm going to be leaving That 70s Rock Fans show about halfway through it to step over to my channel and do my show, because that's the only time my brother can do it outside of football. I mean, football season started, and you notice we haven't done that show in a month. It's because of football season. We both love watching football. So we're going to start doing it on Monday nights at 5. And we're going to have a new section called the Diddy Files. So look forward to that. Let's see. Awesome One says, yeah, it's more a burn down the world and let's have a one world order acting like tech will heal the world. I'm not even going to get into the politics of this. All I'm going to say is this. This guy had a lot of power in the music industry. And they say that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that seems to be the case with this guy. And the way he held his power was putting people in compromising positions, and it's coming back to bite him now. The question you really need to ask is, who did he piss off to bring this down on himself? Because he's been doing it for years. Okay.
Yeah, it took down the mayor of New York too.
Right. Yeah, it's taken him down too. Yeah. That's so the question you got to ask yourself is, who did he piss off?
Because it was like 1 year. How much it's changed in a year? A year ago, you're getting like the key to the city or some shit like that from the mayor of New York, and it's like,
the Diddy stuff is connected to the mayor of New York. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, they've hung out all the time apparently.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So, how long till he gets Clinton cited?
He's not. He's going to get Epstein.
I don't think he's going to. I think what you're going to see here, first of all, he's fixing to go up trying to get bail again. He's not going to get bail. That's not going to happen. But I think that he's going to make a deal to lessen his time, and because he's unlike Weinstein and Cosby that have one foot in the grave. This guy's young relatively, and he wants to stick around for a while, so I got a feeling he's going to name names of whoever they want him to name. That's what I think is going to happen in his case. So it's going to be interesting to see. But my gosh, the backlash, if you guys are paying attention to this, my brother on our show 2 months ago, when we did the J-Lo divorce story, he said during that show, he said this has everything to do with what's going on with Diddy. And now, since then, he's been proven right. J-Lo wanted to stay together with Ben Affleck by all accounts, and he said, "No, I don't want any part of this." And we've also seen that Mila Kunis has walked away from Ashton Kutcher over this. Justin Bieber is apparently was manipulated by this guy when he was young. There's a whole lot of horror stories fixing to come out about this, man, and it's crazy. We do a pop culture show, so I do have to touch on it, but it's one of those things that I really don't even talk about, because it's just, man, they talk about the Bohemian Grove and what all these secret societies do and shit like that. And when you see something like this happen, you're like, damn, these guys really are whack jobs, It really is the boys, right, Knock? That behind the scenes, they're just evil motherfuckers that just like to get away with murder, right? It's crazy. Let's see. Didn't Camel Toe Harris also run with the crew for a while? Yes, she did. Many of her staff quit in frustration as well. Wow.
That's why he's getting that.
This is spreading out. Well, we know that a certain party. I'm not going to get into too much because I don't want to start rolling into politics. We're a pop culture show on this one, but who got Barack Obama elected? It was Hollywood, guys. The mainstream media has been in bed with that party for a long time now, and to think that some politicians may be wrapped up in this is not beyond the pale. It really isn't. So we're going to be watching that. But let's get back to the pop culture side of things. Do you guys want to say anything else about this subject before we get out of here? No. On this one? No. Yeah. Knock didn't even want to talk about it. And it's pathetic, people. It really is. It's a shame that they feel like they have to act like that just to enjoy themselves. It's just dumb. Another big rock band has sold their library. Pink Floyd sells their music rights to Sony for $400 million. My God. Well, I guess that Roger Waters and the other guy are just not going to get along, so they're going to go ahead and reap the whirlwind now while they're
still alive. Yeah.
While they're still alive, yeah. Because there was rumors for years that they do another tour, but these guys just don't get along. They don't. The members of this band. So
Roger Waters and David Gilmour hate each other.
For sure, they do. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Vince says conspiracy theories are just news 6 months ahead of time. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, another big band sells its music library. Michael Jackson did this. I think to Sony as well. Sony's been racking up some libraries for sure. Pretty. I love this band, by the way. I don't know how you guys feel about Pink Floyd, but I dig them. Their Dark Side of the Moon album was the longest running Billboard Top 100 album ever of all time. I mean, it was over decades that thing stayed in the top 100 albums. It was ridiculous. And my favorite song by them is Wish You Were Here, and it's on that album. I think that's one of the greatest songs ever. But anyway, Pink Floyd selling their music. Next up, we're going to get a spin-off from Reacher. If you remember this girl, the actress's name is Maria Sten. She plays, what's her name? Nigley? Is that her name? The private investigator that's friends with Reacher. She's going to get her own series, spin-off series. Has something to do with something happening to a friend of her, and she just has to see justice done, apparently. So that's going to be interesting to see. I definitely still like Reacher. I love that show. Kind of wondering how this one's going to do.
What's it going to do? Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Oh no! Don't make her gay. Come on, man. She
definitely
could be straight.
Definitely going to be gay.
Couldn't she be straight though? Couldn't she?
Definitely not.
Come on,
That's
man.
impossible for them to write.
Come on, bro. She can be straight. Come on.
No, in order to be strong and independent, you have to be gay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She don't need no man.
She don't need no man? Is that what you say? Yeah. Let's see. Remember the time that the band members who couldn't stand one another still went on stage together to be professional? Yeah. I mean, the Eagles got back together and they couldn't stand each other. More girl boss.
Yeah,
I mean, her character is pretty cool, though. I do.
It is. She is cool. At least she's nice to look at. Yeah. I mean, there's pluses here. You know what I'm saying? From that angle, at least.
I mean, I enjoyed Reacher. I didn't really care for the second season as much. I dig more, and I heard that they're going more back to the first season. I want him to be a loner. The whole group thing that they did in the second season. I don't know. I don't know much about Reacher's background. It's just not. I didn't really care for the whole group.
Well,
thing.
it's from a book series, and I'm with you on that. The loner aspect. It's more like the Punisher, right? It's more like he's operating on his own and one man against the world kind of thing.
Awesome one. That was actually not a band. That was Paul Simon.
Let's see. The band that had Chevy Chase in a music video despised each other. Oh, actually, yeah, he's right. That wasn't a band. That was. You're talking about Simon and Garfunkel. They were a duo that made music together. I don't think they
split up long before.
Before that, yeah. Paul Simon was making music into the '90s. But let's see. Only know that Chevy did a song
with Paul Simon, not Art Garfunkel.
Call me out. Yeah, it's not Art Garfunkel. Come on, guys. It's Paul Simon. How many black ops a woman beside the sultry spies exist in reality? They don't. Yeah, what John said. There you go. Yeah, they don't. But hey, I can hope. They'd have a heterosexual one. Okay, listen up, all you A-list actors out there. Don't have your movies come out in 20, 26 because this guy's rearing his ugly head again. Frickin' Daniel Day-Lewis officially ends retirement from acting for Son's film. How do you pronounce that?
Anemone.
Anemone.
Like a sea anemone.
Okay, all right. But anyway, Ronan, it's directorial debut of his son, Ronan Day-Lewis. So, yeah, I guess Dad's kind of got to come out of retirement for that if his son wants him in his movie, right? He's kind of got to do that, right?
I just want to know what he's going to do to get into the role. Because he's probably the biggest method actor.
Biggest method actor that ever walked the earth, yeah. We'll have to look at what this movie's about and everything coming up. Me personally, I'm a fan of Daniel Day-Lewis. I love his movies. He doesn't make them very often. He makes them like every 3 years or so, or at least he did when he was still making movies. But man, they're good. My favorite one's Last of the Mohicans. I love that fucking movie, and it's one of the first ones he ever made. And my gosh, he is fantastic in that flick. And it's got a little bit of everything, man. If you haven't seen Last of the Mohicans knock, you need to find a copy of it and watch that flick. That is.
I like There Will Be
really
Blood
good.
too.
What's that?
I like
There Will Be Blood. Yeah. Well, that one's that's a dark look at a powerful man. It's just wow, it's vicious. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Clear the Oscar slate. That's right. Yep. Yeah. The rest of them they're all playing for second place, aren't they, Vince? He's a great actor, and like Joe said, he chooses his roles carefully. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he did a dynamite job as Lincoln, man. He really did. And what I really liked about Lincoln was they didn't pull any punches about Lincoln's wife being nuts. I believe Sally Field played her in the movie. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. That woman was crazy. But anyway, yeah. Definitely love Daniel Day-Lewis. Love to see that he's going to be helping his son out with a movie. That's fantastic. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah. I had to pull this one up because I was laughing my ass off when I saw it. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. The Bachelorette winner, Devin Strader, was arrested and had a restraining order from ex-girlfriend before show. Details in the restraining order were sealed when Bachelorette producers were conducting their background checks, and a production source tells the Hollywood Reporter. That's just too funny. I had to laugh because, first of all, I hate this show. I think it's the worst concept in the entire world. Yeah, just craziness, man. This guy apparently was, stalking his ex-girlfriend and all kinds of shit, broke into her house when she wasn't around, and just crazy, man. Just crazy because she's nuts. Lincoln went out to hunt vampires. Exactly. That's it. But yeah, I got a big, that cracked me up about this show because I don't know about you guys, but I watch ABC News. So I keep it on that channel most of the time. Just for my local news. I think it's the best local news we have. And whenever we go out on Taco Tuesday, I'd come back and this show would be on, right? And I'm just going, ugh, I can't believe this show is still on the air. I can't believe people are watching this. This is crazy. It's the dumbest concept I've ever seen for a reality show. But apparently chicks dig it. My wife doesn't, but that must be what drives the viewership of that show. It's got to be. There's a Cougar Bachelorette show now, bunch of grandpas and an old lady. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I'm with
the
you,
other way
Ben.
around too. The silver fox or the silver bachelor, whatever they call it now.
Right.
There's a bunch of concepts like that. There's a farmer one called "The Farmer Takes a Wife."
Oh God.
That I saw that advertised at one point.
It's just come on.
I think the funniest one I've seen so far has been the Joe Schmo show. Where they had one guy as part of the reality show, but everybody else there were actors, and so they went through the whole show. They did like all the drama pieces, everything. They scripted out everything, and then he made it to the finale or whatever, and they revealed to him that the whole thing, like he was the only actual person there. that was a competitor or whatever the hell they were doing. Everyone else was just actors.
Yep. That's crazy. That is nuts, man. That is absolutely nuts. Who had that one on? The Joe Schmo show.
Something like that. It was, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I know Spike TV.
They were doing a lot of those.
Spike TV?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is going to start kind of a tidal wave of In Memoriam tonight.
Before we do that,
Go.
because I did have something. I just remembered it. We haven't actually.
Yes, I asked him before the show, and he says no. And now,
no, you're right. I thought about it just now, or just a little bit ago, because we hadn't talked about it. Agatha.
Oh.
The show Agatha.
Yeah, give us a report, because you know I'm not watching it. So.
I've watched 3. I honestly think you should. I actually think that your wife would like it.
Uh-huh.
I think if you come out of this without thinking it's a Marvel show, if you come at it at that angle, there's certainly Marvel aspects in it, because there's a lot of little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
But if you come into it like holidays, especially because it's Halloween time, it's like Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
I mean, I love the main character. She's very witty. It's very like Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Vibe she's got going on. Very snippy and stuff like that. I'm all for this show. I am all for it. I 100% recommend it, especially for those that have a lady friend. Watch it with them. I honestly think this is a really, really, really good show. And I don't recommend Disney shows lightly, Joe. You know that.
Yes, I understand that.
So I believe that you, with your wife, should sit down and give it a go.
Oh, it has to be with my wife.
I'm
not going to... I have no...
I don't know what
this at all.
Yeah. Well,
I got to tell you why. Now, let me tell you why. I understand you're enjoying the show. That's great. But I watched the entirety of WandaVision, and I did not like that character one bit. I didn't think she was menacing or anything like that, and I thought it was dumb.
Meant to be, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was the bad guy, right? So but
Disney bad guy.
She was the bad guy. She was the one pulling the wool over her eyes. Yeah, she was. But
no, I would highly recommend it. It's and I'm laughing and like She-Hulk.
Are you drinking while you're watching it?
I'm not drinking. I was going to say that next. I'm saying I'm not drinking when I watch it. So I am cracking up at it. I think it's funny. I think the writing's pretty good. I have intrigue in the storyline. I think there's and the funny thing is, like, when you think about a show run by women, this actually makes sense. They're fucking witches. So of course there's a lot of women in this one. Like, it makes sense. It's not forced women, right? It's not women bosses, or I mean they are, but it makes sense. They're witches. They're literally like powerful beings. Like they're supposed to be boss, but they're the definition of boss bitches, right?
Right.
So it makes sense here. So and it's got Aubrey Plaza, who's very hot.
Well, yeah, Aubrey Plaza is the only thing that I thought about watching it.
And I will say, the first episode's really weird. So don't take anything from the first episode, because you're going to be in the first, it's a very weird episode, but there's a reason why it's very weird. Because at the beginning of the episode, she's still under the spell of Wanda Maximoff. So her behavior the acting is kind of weird because of that. Because she's playing a character bewitched still. So, but no, I just wanted to say I recommend it, highly recommend it.
Okay, well,
and make sure you go in the mindset that it's not meant for like Marvel so much, at least so far to me, anyways. As a not big Marvel fan, I didn't come into it hoping to get more.
But it's a Marvel show.
Take it out of your mind. I'm telling you, take it out of your mind. It's Marvel television. It's new. That's a new thing. Marvel television.
Yeah, and they've done so well so far. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, take the negativity out of it.
I hear you. No, it's not that I'm. I would, if I was going to watch it, I would sit down and watch it and be objective. But I just didn't like the character when I saw her the first time, so that's why I wasn't interested in watching this. But yeah, my wife is a big fan of Charmed, and if you think it's something like that, then she might get into it. I mean, I'll show it to her. We'll watch it together and see what. I tell you what, we'll watch it together And
at least the first 2 episodes. If the first, like I said, the first episode's going to be weird. Make it through that one because it is weird and it's supposed to be on purpose. Make it through that one. Watch the second episode. If you don't like it after the second episode, then then there you go. At least I would appreciate your attempt.
Okay, no problem. I will do it. Me and my wife will watch
it's an hour. It's 1 hour total for the 2 episodes. So.
Really? They're only half an hour apiece? Wow.
Pretty much, yeah. I think they're a little like 35, 40 minutes, but yeah, they're essentially relatively short.
That's nothing. We could do that on a Saturday. Yeah, no problem. I'll watch it this weekend. I'll let you know what I think next week. How's that?
All right.
That
Appreciate
work?
it. Yeah,
okay, no problem. Let's see. To be honest, Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm screwed up so much. I've absolutely no interest in watching anything they make. I'm not at that point, but I was with this because I just didn't like the character.
And look, I went into this not expecting much.
Yeah,
I really didn't. I feel like there's enough intrigue. I don't. At least for me, and looking it up, I've seen pretty good reviews on it too.
Yeah.
Online too. I haven't seen a lot of this is woke nonsense. I mean, there is a little bit in there that's a little weird, but nothing egregious, I don't think. And I don't know. I think she's hilarious so far in this one.
We'll have to check it out. It's a comedy?
It's a little bit.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I'll have to check it out. I will check it out with my witchcraft expert, the Foxy one, and see what she thinks. Because and again, I obviously don't know her like crazy well, but based on what I've known her over the years, I feel like she would like this. So yeah, okay, cool.
Maybe
well,
I'll pull
check
it
out
out
with
so
her.
you'll have to let me know.
The next one we were going to get to though was this news that happened today. Frank Fritz of American Pickers, the co-host, dies at 60 years old. Which is young, boys and girls. I got to tell you, I'm only 1 year away from 60. What's going on, Tim? What'd you say? 42 minutes in now? What are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. I know the show's 42 minutes in, but anyway, Frank Fritz. If you've never watched American Pickers, it's a pretty interesting reality show where they go and they check out people's old stashes and stuff. It's kind of, I don't know. They go to flea markets and stuff and see what they can find, and don't they restore stuff sometimes?
No,
too?
they don't. I mean, no, I doubt they would go to flea markets. At least in the show, they literally go around in a van, and they just go to the countryside, and they have a little poster with them, and they just they knock on people's doors out in the country, and they ask, "Hey, do you have any of these? Oh, you have a ton of bikes? All right, let's go check them out." And they look at tons of bikes or anything that's on their list.
It's a neat show. You've got this guy, and you got that. I don't remember the other guy's name. He's kind of tall and okay, all right.
Or no, Mike something, not Roe.
It's Mike something.
Roe is the Dirty Jobs guy, right? Or something.
Yeah,
right. But yeah,
probably scroll down. You probably see his name.
This guy was This guy is pretty young. Mike Wolf.
There we go. Wolf. Yep. Yeah. I knew it was Mike. I can't remember his last.
Yep. But yeah, it's a shame, man. Shame. I'm a fan of the show. I'm not. I don't watch every episode, but if I'm scrolling through and seeing what's on,
it's definitely nice to like something to have on the background.
Yeah.
One of those background shows for sure.
Like Pawn Stars, you just put it on.
Yeah, you look at you look up and they're like looking at something interesting, and then you go about whatever you do, playing your game or something like that.
Vince says he never heard of that show or Frank Fritz. Really,
it's a great show. It's on History Channel, right?
It's on the History Channel. It's the same guys that produced the Pawn Stars show on that channel.
And they do a little bit of restoration. Those are the guys that are like, we don't want anything restored.
Yep.
Like they want the rusty, they want the original, everything, So.
Right. It's pretty cool, man. I like the metal signs they find.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff. Cool. But they don't want them restored. They want them as is.
They want
bullet holes and all.
Yep, that's it.
If they had bullet holes, that just gives it character.
Anyway, that's Frank Fritz. He passed away. And the last one we've got in the pop culture update tonight is we got apparently all of I saw this. A friend of mine posted it on Facebook earlier today, and he was saying how This is why physical media is still important, and one of the reasons why I don't trust streaming. They pulled all of the Spielberg made Indiana Jones movies from Disney Plus worldwide, and yeah, I mean that's just really weird. And I thought maybe this was fake, but apparently it's not, because they changed the title of the article to Disney Plus explained why they changed it. Apparently, Disney Plus owns the IP, but they don't own the distribution rights for the earlier films. So that's what the deal is with it. Me personally, when I saw this, I was like, that's a really shitty way to try to make people watch Dial of Destiny. That's what I thought.
I still haven't seen it. I have no plans to.
Oh, I haven't watched it either. I mean, I went and saw Crystal Skull in the theater, and that's when I checked out of that series. It was horrible, and I'm never going back. Besides, Indiana Jones is a big physical guy that fights Nazis and stuff, and yeah, Harrison Ford's too old for that now. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hole in Sign builds character. Colossus. That's right. Hole in the Sign builds character. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, if you go to Disney Plus right now, the only movie you're going to get in the Indiana Jones series is Dial of Destiny.
And 2 specials.
Well, there's specials too, but there's 4 movies before that, and you can't get them. That's pretty wild. That's pretty interesting. Okay, now I have some trailers for us to take a look at real quick. Let's see. That is not what I was looking for. Okay. I've got to stop sharing and then do my magic real quick before we get into these. I just wanted to get our opinions of these. Let me see. I figure we'll do this before we do the in memoriam section here. Let me get this set up correctly here. For some reason, I can't find what I'm looking for on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Got it.
Dead air.
Okay. I know, dead air. Shush up. I'm doing the best I can. I'm a one-man show over here. One-man show. Let's see. The first one is that one. Let me work my magic. You guys haven't been to the theater, though, just like me, have you? You haven't seen any new trailers for anything, have you?
I haven't been in like a month.
Yeah, it's been a while for me, too. But we're fixing to go back. I can tell you that. But this first one...
Our AMC got bought out, so I don't have... It's now a B&B theater, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my list isn't any good anymore.
Okay. The first one is a TV show. It's the teaser trailer for The Last of Us.
Well, that wouldn't be in a movie theater.
No, it wouldn't be in a movie theater. But, I'm a big fan of Last of Us. And I figured we react to this trailer that we've got for it. So this is The Last of Us, coming up soon on HBO Max.
Oh, most certainly. Let's try something.
Any sound? Barely hear anything.
Hang on. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it was turned down. Sorry about that, buddy. But yeah, it looks like a lot of the visuals from the early part of the second game. Oh my god. AKA 4 Vincent. Yeah. I'm hoping it takes a while to get to that point, man. I'm hoping it's
gonna take like half the first season. Or half the season.
Think different. You can't heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out loud.
Wow. Her girlfriend's a lot hotter in the TV show than on the original game, yeah. I would say.
Now that scene that they did right there, and it's a scene in the game that is probably one of my favorite scenes of the game. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool that they're doing that. It's a very, very cool scene in the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is cool. Vince
a
Womack
great
says
song.
she still looks like she has downs. Yes, I know. She's so nothing against the actress, but she's so miscast physically for this role here. I am Demando. Hey, what's going on, Low Spec? It's good to see you. Penguin. You know what? I watched the first episode of that, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Here we go. Returns.
Say the thing you're afraid to say. Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad.
I'm afraid I'm going to get hit with a 9-iron.
Right?
What did you do?
No. I like the guy they've got cast as his brother, though. I like that a lot. And I'm with you, Knock. I'd love to see a spinoff of just him and his brother.
Well, and I think they could actually, they did that whole made-up episode of Bill.
Yeah.
In the last one. Maybe they could do something that here, Get
even if it's one episode.
Because we want more Pedro, right? We want more of him. So let's get one with him and his brother during their Firefly days. Like, I think that'd be perfect here.
Right? Yeah.
They can make up episodes.
But this apparently is Abby.
That's the scene in the game right there.
Yeah, this is going to be brutal, man.
Scars.
This whole look. If you've never played Last of Us 2, it's a brutal fucking game. It really is. It's the first one you had some flashes of hope here and there. There's not much in this one. It really is, and it's pretty damn dark. Dude, I'm looking forward to it, but man, you know what I'm not looking forward to? Oh God! Hopefully they stretch this out into a couple of seasons. I hope. I'm hoping. Maybe.
Well, I know it's definitely going to be 2 seasons for sure for season 2, but
yeah.
The 9-iron's going to happen at the end of the first episode.
I think they could stretch it at least to the second episode. Especially if they put in a filler.
I'm hoping they stretch it out 10 episodes, man. Really?
I don't. I think that would be horrible. That would be absolutely horrible. Because that means they would basically be adding a lot of shit that wasn't in the game. And that's never a good idea.
Yeah. I hear you. Not the show text the Linux mascot. Yeah, I know. But I do have to say, I did watch the first episode of Penguin, and it has potential. I see why people are liking it. First of all, if Colin Farrell doesn't get nominated for an Emmy for this damn show, there's something wrong, because even though he's got tons of makeup, you can't tell it by his look or his voice. I mean,
I think I want to wait until after, because it's not fully out yet, right? It's only like what?
No, they're doing it weekly. It's a weekly.
Yeah,
release.
I have no desire to do the weekly thing with that show,
Yeah.
so I'm going to wait till it's all, and then I'll binge it. That show's not big enough that there's spoilers everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
So
there's not a lot of people.
I can go. There's certain shows you just can't do. Like Game of Thrones, you would never be able to go without a thing, or pretty much anything Star Wars. You have to watch them or they'll get spoiled. But so far, I haven't really seen much.
I will tell you this: it does take place after the events of the Batman,
which I like. I like there being something.
It's not a flashback. It's more to the story. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude. Just like in the movie, I didn't even know it was him in the movie. So, what'd you say, Knock?
I dug the movie. I don't know. I like.
I like the Batman too. It's got some. There's elements of it that are dumb, with like him knocking on the door and stuff. That was kind of stupid.
He's polite.
But I liked it on the whole. I thought it was my favorite scene is where he's got the flare and he's leading them out of darkness. That's what Batman's all about, man. Leading folks out of darkness, man. Because he has such his own personal darkness, right? Okay, the next one I don't know how to feel about this movie. It is basically Marvel's attempt to do the Suicide Squad. That's what it looks like. I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer or not, but this is for the Thunderbolts. This came out last week, and I figured we'd take a look at that.
I thought we watched it already.
No, I don't think we have. Have we watched it?
No.
No, I didn't think we had. But let's check it out. It's the Thunderbolts. Let me go ahead and work my magic here. Hopefully we won't get nuked. All right.
Now click leave on porch. Your subordinates will be reported to DoorDash HQ.
Alexi, it's me. Open up.
Milena?
I do like this guy. I like this character in Black Widow. And I'm not one of the people that thought Black Widow was a completely horrible movie. I loved the opening scene of it where he was on the wing of the plane shooting at the guys where they were trying to take off.
It was a fine movie. It was perfectly fine. It was simply 4 years too late. You know.
Well, there was parts of it that I was like, did they even know what this character is? When she fell from like the 5th story of that building and didn't die from it, I was like, what in the fuck? She doesn't have any superpowers. What are you doing to this chick? She's going to have 5 broken bones by the time she hits the ground, you know? There was some stuff that was kind of stupid, but on the whole, I dug the movie. I thought it was cool. But yeah, here we go. Our guy Lexi, he's trying to clean up his act before his daughter goes walking in.
Milena!
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about the wait. It was an important call, highly classified. Lot of work. Many irons in fire.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled. But why do you ask this? What brings you here?
It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if you've seen the lineup, but it's just about every bad guy they've had in the Marvel television shows, other than Agatha. It's pretty interesting, and I'm glad to see that Kurt Russell's son's back in this too.
There's something wrong with me. An emptiness. I'm just drifting, and I don't have purpose. I thought throwing myself into work was the answer.
And then something happens. Looks like kaboom. Why do they always have to blow up an entire floor? What, you know? They do that in a lot of these Marvel movies, don't they?
Yeah, can't they change it up and blow up like 2 floors?
Right? 2 floors at least.
Yeah, let there be 1.
I love Florence Pugh, by the way. I'll watch anything with that chick in it. She's a little weird, but I dig her. I think she's pretty damn awesome. I just watched... what was that one they had on Netflix with her and Christopher Pine in it? The Outlaw King or something? Is that the name of it? The Outlaw King? The one... okay. Robert the Bruce from... okay, it takes place in Scotland. You remember Braveheart. Robert the Bruce was the one that Mel Gibson was trying to get to lead his people to independence. Well... they made a Netflix movie called The Outlaw King, I think is the name of it. And Christopher Pine plays Robert the Bruce. And it's after, it's him leading his people to independence, right? Because we know that doesn't happen until after William Wallace's death, right? And that's what the movie's about. She's in it. It's pretty good. Let's see. What are they saying here? Awesome One says, I know the ending, so don't care. Not sure which one he's talking about there. Red Star was great in Alpha Flight. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. They totally demasculinized him in the BW Black Widow movie. Yeah, I mean, he was comic relief. That's all he was. My friend is in this film. Really? Very cool. Is it the sexy woman, Tim? The sexy woman. Which friend is it, man? Tell me. Now that, if you're wondering who that is Ghost from the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. Mm-hmm. That's who that is, phasing in and out jumping all over the place. She just looks different. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
Who sent you, Bob?
Nobody. Are you all sent?
And Kate Bishop's there too.
Everyone here has done bad things.
Shadow ops. Robbing government labs.
This, I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. What do you guys think of it so far? What do you think? Are you interested?
I'll probably go see it, but just because I go see pretty much every Marvel movie.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at this point.
Yeah, yeah. You know, if Tim Gunn had made this, I'd be much more interested in it. You know what I mean? Because he could take these side characters from all these shows, like he did with, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, and turn it into something awesome, right?
Well, see, I want them to do the real Thunderbolts.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where it's a bunch of villains that are gonna, you know, try and take the place of the Avengers, because the Avengers have been disbanded, and it's all originally supposed to be this big con led by Baron Zemo, but the villains just found out that they enjoyed being good guys more than they enjoyed being bad guys.
Yeah. Right.
So it's an actual redemption story that actually makes sense.
Right. Vince has a question here. He says, is that supposed to be Hydra Bob from the Deadpool movie comics? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. Not sure.
Contract deals?
Yeah, so?
So, someone wants us gone.
What the hell?
We're brought up with this belief that there are good guys and there are bad guys.
Oh no, that's Sentry.
Who's crooked?
That's
that,
who Bob
buddy?
is.
Who
Bob
is it?
is Sentry.
He's Sentry? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Sentry. There you go. That I did hear that the Sentry was supposed to be in this. Yep. Oh, she's cute. Sorry. Get wrapped up in clothes.
But eventually, you come to realize that there are bad guys and there are worse guys and nothing else. Look at you. So adorable.
Marvel really likes those elevator scenes.
Right?
Don't worry, she's bulletproof. What happened to bulletproof? It's bulletproof-ish.
Is that Bucky?
That's not good.
Oh. Yeah, that's not too good. That's not too good. Not too good for you. Okay, so there you go. Thunderbolts. I like a lot of the characters that are in this, so I think
No, Red Hulk's in Captain America 4.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah, will the Red Hulk show up? No, he's in Captain America 4. What's it called? It had a better title before they changed it.
Brave New World.
The original, yeah, it's Brave New World now, but it was going to be called New World Order. And that's what I wanted them to stick with, man, because that made it sound like they were going to get back to what was going on in Captain America 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole surveillance state thing and everything.
Brave New World is not much better. Have you read the book?
Yes, I know, but I really like that title. I'm just saying. Yes, I know. I know the reference. It's just, yeah, Brave New 1984. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
There's also a fake Iron Man too. Yeah. I hear you. But I'm just not interested in that friggin' Captain America movie. Not as much. I'd rather go see this Thunderbolts movie than the Captain America movie. You know what I'm saying? That looks more interesting to me than the Captain America movie does.
Yeah.
But you know, that's me. Okay, I've got one more. You guys tell me if you want to see it or not. It's it's a John Wick spinoff called Ballerina. Are you interested in that one or no?
I'm not really.
Okay. Knock, are you a John Wick fanatic? He must have stepped out for a second. You mean Captain Falcon? Yeah.
I don't know. I might watch it. I still got to watch the other TV show, The Tower or whatever, and so I got to catch up with everything.
Yeah, you got a lot of catching up to do. Okay, we'll bail on that one. So, let's go ahead and get into this because we're going to need a palate cleanser after this one. Let's see. You mean Captain Falcon? I love you. Yeah, that's great. Awesome one says, "What? Soy U.S. agent didn't pull you in?" Man, you know, I like the actor that's playing him though. I like Kurt Russell's son. I think he's good. Saw the trailer for Ballerina. Looks okay. Yeah, the only reason why I was kind of wondering if I was going to show it or not is because I still haven't seen John Wick 4. I've only seen the first 3 of them, so I got to sit down and do my homework and watch.
I haven't seen 4 either. I have it. Yeah. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, and the TV series you're talking about is The Continental. That's it's about the hotel.
Yeah. And I wanted to watch that too. So, like I said, I just have some catching up to do.
Yeah, we got some.
At this point, when it comes to football season, a lot of things, and now
a lot of things are going to go by the wayside. They are. Yeah.
And then when my favorite streamers are on, I tend to watch that when I get off of work. So and then I play football. So and I'm still watching The Walking Dead. So
Yep.
Yeah,
we got a lot to wrap us up this time of year. We do that. We've got the fall season of TV shows is out now. Like I said, I started watching Penguin, so we've got the new shows. But we've got to hit the In Memoriam segment tonight, guys, because we had a lot of good actors and actresses pass away this week. We're going to start with what many from Knox generation know as the older lady from Harry Potter. What was she, a teacher there, or what was she exactly in this series, buddy?
She's Professor McGonagall, the Transfiguration teacher.
Okay, there you go.
She can turn into a cat too.
She can turn into
she's an animagus, so she can turn into animals.
Gotcha. Maggie Smith's most iconic roles from 60s dramas to the funniest films of the 90s, and of course Harry Potter. She passed away this week at the age of 89, boys and girls, and we're all the lesser for it. She was a really good actress. I'm not going to mention all of these movies because some of them came out. That one came out the year I was born, Othello. But I do want to highlight a couple of them here. This one in particular, California Suite in 1978. I do remember this one. It was... you've seen these romantic comedies these days where that like Valentine's Day, where they have like 4 different love stories going on in the show, and they're all hooked together somehow. That's what this was back in the day. It was California Suite. There was like 4 different love stories going on in it, and I remember her being in that one when I was a kid. Of course, she was in Hook in 91, and she was in Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg. A lot of people loved that one, and I liked it. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, that was one that I watched many a times growing up.
Yeah,
many a time. I really liked the songs. It was very weird that they had a hot nun, but
right.
It was all good, and I liked the second one too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, they were good movies. Secret Garden, The First Wives Club. Of course, if you've never seen these are for older folks like myself, and they're pretty funny movies. Gosford Park was critically acclaimed. I never saw it, but I heard it was really good. And then of course she was what is it?
Professor McGonagall.
Minerva
McGonagall.
Minerva McGonagall. Yeah, I was trying to pronounce it correctly. Yeah, in the Harry Potter series. So yeah, Maggie Smith dies at the age of 89, and the world is lesser for it, boys and girls. She was a great actress. Thoughts on this great actress, guys?
They're going to have a hard time replacing a lot of those actors in the TV series for HBO, because we lost Hagrid, we lost Professor Snape, and now we've lost Professor McGonagall. So it's going to be tough replacing those actors.
We lost both.
And the Dumbledores.
Both Dumbledores.
Mm-hmm.
The original.
And I'm sure they were doing all new cast anyways, but still,
Yeah, they are.
It's going to be tough to measure up to those actors and actresses.
Yeah, because it was really perfectly cast. It was tough for them to replace Richard Harris.
I wasn't as big on the second Dumbledore. I did not. The first Dumbledore was.
That's Richard Harris.
Richard. He was perfect in the first two. Yeah. I thought the third one was way too energetic and not at all the serene, because Dumbledore's serene, like he's just calm, he's in full control, and I did not feel that from the second one. So,
you've read the books, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
a million times. Yes, I have.
My daughter's the same as you. She's big on the lore and everything. She loves the story.
I will say, Maggie Smith, when she was younger, was
gorgeous.
Hot.
Yes, gorgeous. Yep. She's like your favorite actress. What's her name?
Ellen
Mirren. Yeah, yep. Same thing. Gorgeous. A part of me wants to see a spinoff of Ruby Rose's character, the mute assassin. Okay, let's see. Perfect for her. Nice to look at with the annoying talking. I hear you. Okay, so the next one on our list, this one. He actually was probably a better songwriter than an actor, but he had some acting roles. Let me tell you, Chris Christopherson, idol of country music and the movies, dies at 88. The esteemed songwriter behind Me and Bobby McGee. That's right, the song that Janis Joplin made famous. He wrote it, and dozens of other hits. Also memorable on the big screen. In Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and A Star Is Born. He was in the first remake of A Star Is Born. The original one had James Mason and, the girl from The Wizard of Oz. I'm blanking on her name. Judy Garland. That's right. That was the first two. And he starred with Barbara Streisand in the remake. And I remember that one.
Out of all his roles,
he
was Whistler and Blake.
Yes, he was. And we're going to go over his filmography real quick. But Chris Christopherson was something else. He was around for a long time. He's also part of probably the biggest box office bomb, if that's believable, of all time. At the time, it was a movie called Heaven's Gate. It was a period piece. Yeah. And a matter of fact, let me go ahead and stop this and get it on the other screen, because I'm not going to be showing any footage, and you don't need to see things sideways. But what I want to highlight here for Chris in the acting portion of it was in the 80s. These are the movies I remember him in, and they are really good flicks. And it's just a sign of the times. Things you couldn't get away with today, you were getting away with back then. I want to see. I think it's 19. Yeah, here we go. This was probably the highlight of his career. Of course, he made A Star Is Born, right? With Barbara Streisand, 1976. It was the remake, and the soundtrack sold all kinds of records, the LPs. It was flying off the shelves back then. Of course, Barbara Streisand is one of the greatest singers ever. And she could act, too. She was in several movies herself, and what a great movie it was. It's kind of sad, just like that story always is. The aging star and the young up and comer. And let's see. Vince says, besides his version of Convoy, I'm not aware of his music career. Oh, buddy, let me tell you, he was in a band called The Highwaymen with. Imagine this lineup: Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, and Chris Christopherson. Go check out The Highwaymen. And they made some great music together, man. They were at that time when they did those albums. He and Johnny and I don't think Willie has ever sobered up. He's always going to smoke weed, but the rest of them, they all gotten off alcohol. All of them had, and it was something that they really dug about each other, and they got together and started making music together. And check that music out, man. It's really, really good. 4 icons of country music getting together as the Highwaymen. Highwaymen, excuse me. Yes, just like the ones in The Walking Dead, the Highwaymen. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, this was the first big one he did back in the day. And then Convoy, the one you just mentioned, was, I think, that the next year. Well, actually, I want to highlight this one. This is my favorite one that he ever made. And of course, you guys know I'm a big Burt Reynolds fan, but I want you to see the poster for this movie, okay? Do you think you'd see this poster today? The selling point says it's the world's greatest game, and it sure ain't football. It's called Semi-Tough. It's about semi-pro ball players on a football team, and it stars Burt Reynolds, Joe Clayburgh, and Chris Christopherson. And it's a funny movie. If you've never seen it, go check it out. It's from the 70s, and it's really funny. But that's my favorite movie he's ever made, because he's in there with my man Burt Reynolds. I dug Burt Reynolds when I was a kid. And then, of course, he made Convoy with Ali McGraw. And anybody who's a fan of truckers needs to see this movie. You know, the song is probably more famous than the movie itself. The movie's kind of run-of-the-mill, but Convoy, that was a huge hit on the radio when that movie came out. Big time. Absolutely. Are you playing it back there? Is that what you're doing, Knock? But I just wanted to show those few movies. Of course, he was in, wasn't you? Oh, that was you, huh? But yeah, I wanted to highlight those movies because those were my favorite ones he ever did. Of course, he was involved in the Blade series. And what was the character he played in Blade? Whistler. That's right. That's the guy that made all his weapons and stuff, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was his armorer, if you will. Yeah. Today the men would be wearing bikinis, right? Yeah. Ali McGraw was gorgeous. Absolutely was. She was hot, no doubt. Vince, you're starting to show your age, if you know that, buddy. But yeah. It's a shame. He passed away this week. He was, I believe he was 83. And then we've got this one. Now, I didn't think he looked too healthy in Axel F when we saw him on Netflix a few months ago. But John Ashton, the guy that played Taggart in Beverly Hills Cop, passed away at the age of 76. And everybody knows him as Taggart in the Beverly Hills Cop movies. I don't know that he ever did anything else that I really knew anything about. Oh, that's right. He was in Midnight Run with Robert De Niro and my man, what's his name? Charles Grodin.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the funniest movies you'll ever see. He was the competing bounty hunter that was trying to get this guy from Robert De Niro. I do remember that. He was pretty good in that movie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I had to look up. I was looking up, double checking. That's why I didn't get to it in time.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson was also a voice actor for Fallout New Vegas.
Was he? No doubt.
Yeah, he plays the leader of the Rangers.
Really? Huh. Well, you know, he's always had that gravelly, tough guy voice. You know, he always has. And I just dig the guy. I always have.
Yeah, I had to give up watching the Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F.
Did you? You couldn't finish it?
It was not funny. When you go 30 minutes into a Beverly Hills Cop and he doesn't do the laugh at least once.
He doesn't do the laugh. Yeah, that was my main complaint about the movie too.
That's literally like there was no charm from his earlier days. Like nothing was there. It was nothing.
Yep. I hear it. Let's see. He also did a show called Hardball with Richard Tyson, who was the bad guy in Kindergarten Cop. Really? Okay, cool. Yeah, Kay's here. What's going on? Good to see you, Kay. Good to see you. But I do remember him.
I forgot he was the bad guy in Kindergarten Cop. That was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Mm-hmm. And Some Kind of Wonderful. He was the dad of Eric Stoltz's character, the artist in that movie. If you guys don't know about this movie, it's one of John Hughes's lesser known films, but I'm sure everybody's heard of Pretty in Pink, right? Well, if you don't know the lore, when he first wrote Pretty in Pink, Molly Ringwald's character is supposed to end up with John Cryer. She's supposed to end up with Ducky in the end of it, and she famously bitched about it and got him to change the end of the movie. So he'd end up with the rich guy, right? Well, this one is the story he intended to tell, only it's gender swapped. It's the guy is in the middle of a love triangle with his best friend and somebody else, and it's got Leah Thompson and what's that other girl's name? I can't remember her name. Molly Stewart Masterson, is that her name? Yeah. Mary Stuart Masterson, that's it. Yeah, and yeah, great movie. If you guys have never seen this one, he plays Eric Stoltz's dad in this one. John Ashton does. So, kudos to him. He was 76. And he didn't look healthy when we saw him in Axel F. I didn't think he looked like he was really gaunt, and he was always a big burly guy, So, that one right there. Yeah, that's a sad one. But this last one, this guy's one of my favorite actors ever. And I mean, he's like almost to James Earl Jones level for me. He's been a lot of the stuff that I really love, and that's John Amos. And this story is really strange because apparently we just found out about it yesterday, but he passed away and was cremated 9 days after his death. Back in August 21st, he passed away. This is a strange story. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one because there's allegations that his son wasn't taking care of him properly, and maybe some elder abuse. His daughter said she found out about his death through social media, like the rest of us did. She didn't even know he was gone. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on with this. But I did want to highlight his career because he's been in some great stuff. I mean, I'm sure you guys wouldn't know about it. He was the sports guy on Mary Tyler Moore. Mm-hmm. He was, I guess their first appearance was on Maude. I thought that
because it's a spinoff.
I thought it was a spinoff of All in the Family. Wasn't she on All in the Family first?
The
wife,
not
him, but the wife, I think.
Yeah.
But that it's all the same universe. Maude, All in the Family, it's all the same thing. But Good Times came shortly after, and he was on there. I believe he passed away on the show. They wrote him out of the show, I think, at one point. And that was pretty devastating. I remember that being not a good time for JJ and the bunch, right? Of course, everybody remembers JJ, Kid Dynamite, right? Yeah. But that was a big show when we were growing up. And then he was in the famous miniseries Roots. And that won so many awards, and it was an exceptional miniseries. And it chronicled family history all the way from Africa to the United States. And it's pretty neat. And then now here's where I have to stop because the next one they talk about is Coming to America. But I have to go to his filmography here on IMDb because they've forgotten something when they were showing all these movies. And I have to scroll down here to it. I think it's from 82. I think. John's going to know this one. I know.
Beastmaster.
He was in Beastmaster with Mark Singer, man. And if you're a nerd and you remember these sword and sorcery movies back in the day, this is one of the best ones ever, man. It really was. The story goes, this guy could talk to animals, and John Amos was a friend of his he met along the way. And it's a very cool movie. If you've never seen Beastmaster, go check it out. Of course, I'm a huge Mark Singer fan too, from V and some other things he did. But John Amos, excuse me, Amos. He was in that one in 1982, and they did a good job highlighting his stuff. But when they didn't have that in there, I had to pull up his IMDb to pull that one out. But everybody remembers him Coming to America. That he's funny as hell in that movie as the girl's dad, right? And of course, he was in Lock Up with Sylvester Stallone. Not a big fan myself, but I'm a big fan of this one because I love the Die Hard series, and he was the colonel in or no, he was a major, I think, in this one. I can't remember the character's name, but he was the head of the squad that came in and was actually the backup for the bad guy. They just didn't know it at the time, right? It was really good fucking movie, Die Hard 2. And then, now, you guys have heard me talk about the West Wing several times in this show, and he plays the head of the Joint Chiefs in the West Wing, and he's awesome in it, man. He's fantastic. That is my favorite thing he's ever done, because he's really fantastic. If you've never watched that show, it's worth it just to see him in it, man. He's really good in it. He plays like a Colin Powell type character, only he doesn't put on a suit and tie. He's in uniform every time you see him. He's that kind of guy. He's very proud of his military service. All About the Andersons, that's been recent. Men in Trees, I don't think I've seen, but like I said, this guy's been around for a long time. He was in Coming to America 2, which I haven't watched yet. I don't know if that's any good or not, but Eddie seems to be remaking all of his old movies. But yeah, big fan of John Amos. Thought he was fantastic. I really did. John, you're my age. I'm sure you were a fan of his as well.
Yeah. I grew up watching all the family. Grew up watching Good Times.
Yeah, we all watched that. The TV shows. My parents didn't need to check out. They didn't need to check out the TV guide, because I knew what was on every night, man, and I could tell them what time it was going to be on, or whatever, on every network. Of course, there was only 4 networks back then. Kind of like they say in X-Men, Days of Future Past. Yeah, I'm monitoring all 3 networks and PBS. But you probably don't know very much John Amos stuff, do you, Knock? Have you seen him in many things?
Some of the ones you highlighted, for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen the Die Hard movies, right? Yeah. He's in that one.
Die Hard, Coming to America, as the dad, and
yep.
Like that. Yeah, definitely seen him.
Yeah. You need to check out Beastmaster. You would get a kick out of that one, I think. But anyway, yeah, John Amos passed away. Huh?
More important, I'm sharing something.
Okay, what you got?
John Amos.
Okay.
More importantly.
Yes, I did notice that on his IMDb. That's his picture.
That was for a skit. It was. It's not real. It's fake news.
No,
fake news.
I don't think so, bro. He's a KC fan. No doubt. Oh.
Like, who do you want to be? Who do you want to pretend to be a fan of today? He's like, I'll pretend to be the Chiefs today.
Right. Yeah.
Where that hat looks really new, like as if he'd never worn it before.
Yep. Yeah. But anyway, that's it for the In Memoriam. Now, look, there's several more people, but I mean, sports is part of pop culture. Pete Rose died this week, and guys, even if you don't watch baseball, let me tell you, it's criminal that they never put that man in the Hall of Fame. Charlie Hustle didn't make it to the Hall of Fame before he died, and I think that's just criminal. It's horrible.
John Amos is wearing a Chiefs hat because he used to be a Chief.
He played for the Chiefs?
Hank Stram told him he wasn't a football player. It was like he kind of played for the Chiefs. Hank Stram, that's why he became an actor, was because
he couldn't cut it?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But Hank Stram is the one said basically told him he'd be a better actor than he'd be a football player.
Wow. Hey, Hank Stram knew what he was talking about, didn't he? But yeah, Charlie Hustle doesn't make it in the Hall of Fame, passes away. And I think it's criminal, because if you watch sports now, guys, they're in bed with gambling to the point where I'm afraid, fixing is going to be a thing in the future, man. It's just ridiculous. But Dikembe Mutombo passed away.
Yeah.
And he was only 58 years old. He's a year younger than me. And that guy
only 4 years older than me.
He did more off the court than he ever did on the court. This guy, he's from the Congo, and one of the most impoverished nations in the world, and he built a $29 million hospital there to help his people out. It's amazing. You check into that guy, you're going to see a real life hero. But everybody's going to remember the Geico commercials, right? Not today.
No. That was pretty good.
But yeah, a lot of people, man, dude, the obituary column was too thick this week, too thick. Okay, well, boys and girls, it's time for a palate cleanser. We got to check in on one of our favorite subjects. If I can find the damn video for it, where the hell is it? Oh my gosh,
so unprepared.
I'm so unprepared, aren't I? But actually, I'm not.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms. Sweeney, see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
Yeah, we got to check in on America's Girlfriend, see how she's doing. According to the Wrap, Sydney Sweeney's Christy Martin boxing movie adds Ben Foster and Katie O'Brien and more as filming begins. I don't know about you guys, but I am a fan of this dude. Now, I don't know Katie O'Brien very well. Do you guys know anything about this girl?
Is she the one that's in Star Wars Andor?
Let's find
out. Or is that somebody else?
Let's look it up real quick. Let me get this off of here. Whoops! I hate that one. I hate that one right there. Let me check it out real quick.
Katie Brown?
Katie O'Brien.
O'Brien.
With an apostrophe. Let's see. Katie O'Brien. But Ben Foster, I love. One of my favorite westerns is a remake of an old western. Actually, it's called 310 to Yuma, with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe in it, and he plays Russell Crowe's right-hand man, and that is an evil son of a bitch in that movie. Ben Foster's awesome in that movie. Katie O'Brien. Looks like she was in Twisters. I see the trailer for Twisters on here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I know who she is now.
Let's see. Ant-Man and the Wasp. What?
Is
she playing the daughter in that? Was she the daughter in that one?
No. That's another character.
Or was she
the daughter?
It says
Jentora.
Jentora. Oh, this is Quantumania. Okay.
Yeah, she's one of the aliens.
She's one of the aliens in it. Yeah, that's
so, yeah, okay, man. It was meant to, I was thinking Andor, but Andor still takes place during the Empire.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian season she was in was part of that rehabilitation program.
Yeah, that's where.
And I actually really dug her character in that. So anything having to do with she's built. She's built.
Yeah, you can tell by looking at her.
This is who we mentioned that would be a perfect Abby.
Right.
We mentioned her when we were talking about, when we were going through our who do we think should play that role.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She's built.
Yeah. So she must.
Oh, she's cool. I like her.
Here she is in that show there.
Yeah, she was a real rehabilitated Imperial, but not really.
Right.
She worked for Moff Gideon.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, that they've been added to the cast of this movie, and obviously, I would imagine she's going to play her competition in it. I'm sure.
She's probably the strong Russian or something.
Yeah. Right. So look, that's two good additions to that movie, man. Dude. Look, Sydney Sweeney makes all the right choices, dude. This is pretty good, pretty cool. A new choice she's doing is she is actually become a spokesperson for some kind of soap called Squatch, as in Sasquatch. Check this out, guys. This is her latest thing on.
You mean Dr. Squatch?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know. Here, check out the commercial.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
Wish I had something natural instead of this synthetic body wash.
Yeah, Dr. Squatch. Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie?
Dr. Squatch natural body wash for men. They're
Sydney Sweeney body wash genie. I love it. That's a great rhyme.
Holy coconuts! It even smells natural.
And it's
That's creative. I like
At the end of
that.
the day, they just want to crack open a natural one with the boys.
Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie.
Dr. Squatch body wash. Men you prefer natural.
Okay, this is a missed opportunity, I have to say. I have to say right now, this is a missed opportunity, okay? Let me explain what I'm talking about. They should have had her in the Barbara Eden outfit with her hair tied up in a ponytail and everything. That would have been badass.
Man.
That would have been even better than what they did. But that's cool. That's cool. I like that one. But on her Instagram, she's wearing a little less in the next Dr. Squatch ad she did. Let's check this one out. Good Lord, this is crazy. Let's see. Make sure I got the sound on. Yeah.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body? Wash? Well, you can't have it. Because this isn't for boys, it's for men. This is Dr. Squatch Natural Body Wash. With long-lasting natural aromas like wood barrel bourbon, pine tar, coconut castaway, and fresh falls, you'll finally get the attention you deserve. So go to drsquatch.com today and quit being a dirty little boy.
Did you see the comment section? Does it come with the bathwater?
Right.
Listen. There are YouTubers out there that have sold their bathwater. That is a thing.
Yeah.
If Pokemon
my God! How
sold
about
their bathwater?
What's her name? What's the one that plays in Iron Man? She's Pepper Potts. What's her name?
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow. She's got candles that are supposed to smell like her cooch that she sells. Don't you know?
There's a reason they exist, because they're asked for and people will buy them.
Man. Let's see. Oh, dude, ma'am. What the hell? Let's see. So far, there was only one good female boxing movie, by my count, $1 Billion Baby with Hilary Swank. I can't watch that movie again, man. I've got a nephew that's paralyzed from the waist down. I cannot watch that movie again. That movie was so brutal. I mean, it was not what we thought it was going into it. Oh, that movie's just brutal. I can't watch that movie again. I think him is the model for the women's Marine in new Halo game. Really? I don't know. Sydney can wash me any day. Yeah, of course she can. That's what I thought should have been in the first ad. She in the tub. Yeah, right. I'm loving it. Listen to these guys. The ending was hard. Yeah, it was. It was big time hard. I too skipped the ending. Yeah, it takes on a tough question, right? Do you help somebody do that? I mean, if you've never seen this movie, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's about a female boxer, and that's all I'm going to say. Because what happens to her is brutal, and it's scary.
Wasn't it directed by Clint Eastwood?
It was directed by Clint Eastwood, and he doesn't shy away from tough subject matter. He doesn't.
Oh no, definitely not.
So it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's hard to watch. It's kind of like watching The Passion of the Christ. I've seen it, and I say to myself, I should watch this every Good Friday, or Easter weekend, and I just can't bring myself to do it. I just keep watching the Ten Commandments on ABC because it's just brutal. It's brutal. It really is. Okay, so that's it for the pop culture update in the Sweeney Spot this week. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got coming at the theater while we wind the show down here.
You can't go wrong with Charlton Heston movies. So
no, you can't. You absolutely can't. The first big one, of course, is coming out this Friday. It's the long-awaited Joker Folie à Deux.
I'm hearing some bad things about it too.
I'm with you. The people that I trust that are movie reviewers say that it's they say it's First of all, I've heard it's a Harley Quinn movie. It's not a Joker movie. But I've been hyped for this all year. I've been talking about it all year, and I'm going to go see it. My wife's a big Gaga fan, so we should have a good time. But from what I hear, the music doesn't really play a part that it should in this movie. It seems kind of haphazard from what they keep saying. So I'm still going to go. I'm still going to go see it because I like the first one. And I like the people that are in it, so I'm going to go see it. Knock, are you going to give this one a try, or are you just not interested in it?
I plan to. I recently watched the first one for the first time.
Did you? Okay. All
I
right.
did. Yeah, it was one of those ones I was going to watch it, I just never did. Mm-hmm. And then with this coming out, I was like, let me go watch it. It's over 2 hours. So that's nice. And it's rated R. So
yeah.
I'm expecting a Inception kind of, just in his head. It looks like all those musical numbers are just stuff that's going on in his head, like a sucker punch kind of thing.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's all I'm doing. And, say what you want about Lady Gaga, she can play crazy. So
yeah, she can. Yeah, she can.
Let's do it.
A lot of people, don't like her, think she needs to stick making music, but hell, man,
this seems like a perfect role for her.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It really does. So, John, you planning on seeing this one or no?
Yeah, Allie and I are going to see it Sunday.
Oh, very cool.
Since the Chiefs are playing.
Well, we will review it next week then. I know you're busy this weekend, so if you don't get a chance to, that's cool. But
I may try. The Broncos don't play an early afternoon game this week, so maybe I'll go. Whenever I go see a movie, I see it around 11 a.m. on Sundays.
And you're already not planning on making the show this weekend, right? So.
Oh, you're right. That's the show.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. Right. Just miss it this week. It's fine. Me and John can.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking maybe with the Renaissance Fair, I might look for a theater up in Maryland.
There you go.
And just go to it up there that night.
Yeah. Right. Well,
because we got the hotel, so and the Renaissance one ends around like 5 or so or something like that. I don't know when it ends, but
I wasn't really sold on this movie. But the last trailer, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll enjoy this.
Yeah, I look. The thing that got the thing that I'm hoping is that, well, you guys have seen the first one, so what I'm thinking is what we've seen in the trailers is that she is a fellow inmate at Arkham, and
becomes a fellow inmate.
Well, what I'm thinking is this: you guys saw the first movie. You know that he has things going on in his mind that aren't real. What if he is her psychiatrist? What if she is her, his psychiatrist, and he's just seeing her as another inmate? You know what I mean? You understand my thought process? I thought maybe that, because the thing that made me think that was, if you remember at the end of the first trailer for it, they showed him clearly behind a prison glass, and because there was air holes in the glass, and she draws a smile on the glass, and she said, "I want to see the real you," and he smiles, right? Well, she's on the other side of the glass. She's not in jail, right? But throughout the trailer,
but I mean,
she is. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I'm hoping that's a twist in this movie. But who knows? Who knows? I'm going to see it. I'm looking forward to it. Really. Let's see anything else coming out this week that we'd be interested in. I don't see many on here. Leap of Faith documentary. I don't know what that's about. The next one I had highlighted was, of course, Terrifier 3. If you're into horror movies, I hear this series is pretty good. They've got the 3 movies now, so we'll see. I did want to highlight this. Vince says, I just watched the last scene with De Niro over and over again. He's talking about the first Joker movie.
You know what's crazy is that I don't think I ever actually watched a video of that scene all the way through. So when it came to the point where he pulled out the gun, I was actually surprised by it.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good that you didn't know it was coming. Yeah. Well, they lead you to
I've seen the interview a bunch of times. I just never, because of what it is at the end.
Right. They're not going to show it in a video. Yeah.
Right.
They're not going to show that. Yeah. But they did that already with the neighbor. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what that's what I'm saying. We know he has things go on in his mind that aren't real. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that's what happens with Harley Quinn. Because as we know in the comic books, this is just a comic book fan talking. You know, she's Harleen Quinzel. She's his psychiatrist. But anyway, the next one I'm interested in seeing is this one, Saturday Night. It is all about Lorne Michaels trying to get Saturday Night on the air and what happened whenever it took off. And I've looked at the cast, and my gosh, some of these people look just like the actual people that were involved in this. I know, Knock, you're not going to, you know who these people are now, but at the time, nobody knew who these people were, and this movie made them superstars. They really, excuse me, the television show did. And what I love about this is the poster, because as me and John know, back then Mad Magazine was a thing, and this is obviously an ode to that. They've got everybody cartooned up to the hilt.
Landshark.
Huh?
Landshark.
Landshark. That's it. Yeah, I like the killer bees. That's what John is right there. That's one of the killer bees. But yeah, man, what a great freaking show that was. I hope this is good. It's kind of a, I guess you'd say, docudrama about what happened during the making of that film. These guys were totally out of control. You see John Belushi's being dragged off somewhere for doing something, right? And anybody that knows anything about Belushi knows he was just a friggin' a loose cannon everywhere he was. So, you know, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. John, you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I've probably won't go to the movies to see it, but I'll definitely watch it when it comes out on streaming.
Yeah. Knock, is that anything you're interested in?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But this one caught my eye, and I didn't even know this was in production. The Apprentice. Apparently, it's the story of how a young Donald Trump started his real estate business in the 1970s and 80s in New York with the helping hand of infamous lawyer Roy Cohn. And Sebastian Stan is playing Donald Trump. And that looks weirdly okay. That is strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Check out the poster. I was like, wow, look at this, man. This is crazy. Because he looks just like him. I don't know how big I can get this thing. I probably can't get it that big. Yeah. But, yeah, he looks kind of like him. They did a good job doing his hair and everything up. Of course, you know, he's got to have the trademark hair and everything. Jeremy Strong and Maria Bakalova round out the cast, but I had no idea. But the first I heard about this movie, it was hang on, I've got to blow this back up again. Sorry, guys. First I heard about this movie. Apparently, NBC, in their coverage of the debate, wouldn't show trailers for it. Apparently, I saw an article about that. It was kind of strange, but yeah, that one comes out next week on the 11th.
Something caught my eye in this time frame. You just highlighted it. Real Genius or Bad Genius?
Bad Genius? Okay.
Yeah.
What do we got here, man?
Well, it's not really. It doesn't really give me exactly Real Genius vibes, but it's got that kind of basic premise to it.
Okay.
Except they're all like marketing and stuff whizzes and not science whizzes.
Not science whizzes. It says entrepreneurial high school.
Yeah.
Team up to take down a rigged college admission system. Really? Huh. That sounds interesting. Okay. All right. Bad Genius. That's on the 11th as well.
Yeah. So I was looking at that one. That one looks interesting. It's got Benedict Wong in it. I'm a fan of his.
The other one, I'm really interested to see how it does because there are a lot of fans. I went to a Comic-Con this last couple months ago, and there were a lot of people cosplaying out of this thing. My Hero Academia, You're Next is a movie that's getting released on the 11th. So it's gonna be interesting to see how much money that makes globally. I don't know how it'll do here in the States, but it's gonna be interesting to see how much it makes worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
All right, low spec.
We'll see you, low spec. Take care, brother.
See ya.
Yep. Sign up for Roblox, the conspiracy movie. Oh, Roblox movie. Yes, I was about to tell you guys about that. It's coming up. Of course, on the 18th. Now, the 17th, which is the week before, I'm a big fan of Tom Petty, so I'm going to want to check this out. This is a bunch of 16 millimeter reels of a documentary they were shooting whenever they did Long After Dark. And if you're a fan of his, you know that they did a Road Warrior type video for You Got Lucky.
Yeah.
And this was all shot during that time frame. So, yeah, I'm interested to see that one. Directed by Cameron Crowe. That should be pretty good. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Can you click on rumors real quick? I just want to see something.
Sure, absolutely.
Is this based on the Neil Simon play?
The leaders of 7 wealthy democracies get lost in the woods while drafting a statement on global crisis, facing danger as they attempt to find their way out. No, this sounds like it's a horror movie about the Bilderberg meeting.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know. Let's see.
Why is there a giant brain?
Right. Why is there a giant brain there? This looks like the unofficial Heroes manga from My Hero. I'm not into it. I know there's a lot of people into it. Got a game stream. Okay. Have a good one, man. Enjoy it, low spec. Yep. Laugh out loud, a giant brain. Yeah. It's who knows? That could be a very interesting movie. Looks like
the only reason I asked if it was Neil Simon's rumors, I did Neil Simon's rumors in college.
Or dollar store Game of Thrones, he says. Of course, it's October, but and we got plenty of horror movies, but this is probably the biggest one coming out this month. Smile 2. It's a sequel to the semi-hit. The first one was Smile. I'm not really into this kind of.
I never watched the first one, but I did appreciate their. I think it was Smile, right, where they were sitting on the behind the baseball mound. They would be sitting there smiling.
Yeah,
like they did a promotional thing or whatever, and they would just be in random places with cameras, and
they did
there in the background.
They did
smiling.
a good. You're right.
That was pretty cool.
They did an excellent job of promoting it. Yes, they did. Yeah.
Allie wants to go see this one.
Apparently a creature that moves from person to person. And you can tell because they got that smile, right? But anyway, that's coming out on the 18th, I believe. So look forward to that one. If you're into horror, I haven't watched horror since the turn of the century because I used to watch it with my daughter. She loves horror movies. And she hasn't been around here for a while, so. Let me see what else. Yes, the Roblox movie is down here. Now I'm sitting here. They must be trying to capitalize on the Lego thing. That it's got to be what it is.
Minecraft.
This looks like Minecraft looks stupid. This looks like it's a ripoff of the logo.
No, I know where Joe's getting. Yeah, I think they're trying to as well. But Roblox is in its own world when it comes to kids, so it's got a market for sure.
And it's going to be interesting. This is one I'm going to watch to see how much money it makes. See how many kids are begging their parents to take them to the Roblox movie, right? Because I don't know a kid that doesn't play Roblox. Do you, Knock? There's a lot of kids playing this.
No, in some shape or form. I don't know if you know much about what Roblox is, but basically they have any and all game types in it.
Yeah, I've played. I played one where you build nightclubs, and I was done with it in a night one time at work. Yeah, I've been on Roblox before. Yeah, that you can build your own games on there and stuff. It's a pretty interesting platform. It's pretty neat. But I don't think Gilded should have tied all their accounts to it. Now that was kind of goofy. I think they've driven everybody off of Gilded doing that. But I'm just interested to see how much money this is going to make. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't think I know a kid that doesn't play Roblox. And
my nephew never did. He
really?
He was always Minecraft, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, and then the 25th,
Venom: The Last
the
Dance.
comic book movie of this month is Venom: The Last Dance. Now, I don't know if I haven't seen the first two movies, so I have no dog in this hunt at all. I hear the banter between Eddie and Venom is great, and I need to watch it for that. But I just didn't watch the first one because first, I just was never a big Venom fan. I'm more into the classic Spider-Man guys. My anti-heroes are Craven, which I'm looking forward to that movie, and the Punisher. Those are my guys. Now my nephew, he loves Venom, and I'm sure he's going to see this. But I've just never been a big fan. My daughter says they're good, but The Last Dance, I don't know what. Are they killing him off or something? I don't know.
No, this is just going to be the last Venom movie.
Is it? Okay. All right.
And then they're going to kill him off.
And then they're going to kill him off.
I don't know.
Well, they may separate. They may end up, because this has Null in it, who's the basically the symbiote god.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, they may end up separating Eddie and Venom at the end of this.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Let's see, because Flash Thompson gets the he gets the symbiote at some point because
at some point, Age Venom,
right? Yeah. Funny enough, Gilded still haven't enforced the requirement. No, they haven't, and everybody's quitting the platform over it. And I'm like, I'm not having any problems. I keep posting stuff on there. Let's see. He fights the god of Venoms. Yeah. Let's see. But from those that are still on Gilded, it turned into a ghost town. Yeah. I'm still posting stuff on there though, just in case anybody's checking in. But anyway, okay. That is the slate of movies for October. What are you guys looking forward to seeing? I've got to say, Joker going to see for sure. About the only other thing I think this month that I'd want to go see is probably Saturday Night, because I was a huge fan of SNL. The original Not Ready for Primetime Players is what they called themselves, that troupe of actors. And I think I'm going to have to check that one out too, because I want to see. There's two ways these docudramas can go. They can totally trash on the whole thing and just make it sound like everybody involved was really a bad person, and all that stuff. Or are they going to show you actually what happened? The fact that Chevy Chase was and Bill Murray both were assholes, right? That were hard to deal with. Of course, we see how they're portraying John, which there's no other way to portray John. He was a loose cannon. But I'm interested to see how the other ones, Lorraine Newman, what's the one that did
Gilda Radner?
Gilda Radner, that's it. I was going to say Rosanna Dana, Garrett Morris, all the supporting cast, Dan Aykroyd. Interested to see how they portray Dan Aykroyd, really, because that is an interesting dude. If you've ever followed Dan Aykroyd, he's a very interesting guy. What do you guys? Anything on this slate that you're interested in going to laying down your dollars to go see?
Oh, like I said, no. Go ahead.
Oh no, I may do a. Probably going to try to do Joker this weekend. I'll try.
If you don't, we'll just hold off a week. That's fine.
And then I think I do want to. I've seen the other two Venoms in theater, and I mean, they're fine. They're cool. They're just movies I go to see some action. I haven't seen any action movies lately, so
they're definitely popcorn movies, is what it looks like. Yeah.
So, and I do. You're right. The dialogue between him and Tom Hardy and Ben. I've become a Tom Hardy fan, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever got. I know that it just came out on VOD, or I think you can find it in some streaming places. But the one where he's the bike rider that just
haven't seen that one yet.
I saw that one in theaters, and it was. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
So I've become a Tom Hardy fan.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's done some good stuff, man. He's done. I like the movie about bootlegging he did with Shia LaBeouf. What was it called? Unlawful or something like that. Lawless, I think, is what it was called. That was a good one. Of course, I dug him as Bane. Thought he was really good at that. John, what are you planning on seeing?
The only ones I know I'm going to go put money down for is Joker, because we're going this weekend, and Venom.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not a whole lot that I really care about.
Yeah. I know I could wait for Saturday night, but I really want to see it. I was a fan. I stayed up every Saturday night to watch that show. I really did. I loved it. I thought it was great. Okay. Well, that's it for this week, boys and girls.
The guy that plays Otto Hightower is playing Null.
Okay. All right.
Reese Ivan, whatever, however you say his name.
Okay. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Huh?
Yeah, from House of Dragon.
Yeah, from House of Dragon.
Good.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. Sounds cool. Let's see. Vince says, but from those that are still ungilded, yeah, it goes down. Yeah. Yes, Flash becomes Agent Venom. Yeah, I figured as much.
After he loses his legs in the War on Terror.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Ciao. God bless. You too there. Awesome one. Thanks for stopping by, man. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Any other thoughts on the movies coming out this month? It's kind of a October's a slow month, unless you're a horror movie fan.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of horror movies there, but they're all low budget,
And even the horror movies aren't that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Terrifier 3, but I mean, that's a gore fest. I didn't like the first one. I'm like,
yeah, I when Hollywood started making these remakes of Japanese horror movies, that's when I checked out. The Grudge and The Ring and all that stuff. I was like,
yeah, Ringo's much better than The Ring.
Where's my slasher movies, man? Where's that at? I love them. I love the Mount Rushmore to me is Mike Myers, Jason, Freddy, and the fourth one interchanges, but I'd probably say Pinhead is my guy on the fourth one.
Look what they did with the Halloween continuations. So, do we really want them to put out?
No, I want them to make a new one. I want them to come up with a new lore. Something new. I know I'm asking too much out of Hollywood. I know they just remake everything now, but I'd love to see something new.
Well, the last horror series I actually enjoyed any of was Saw.
Yeah, Saw was good. Yeah, I've only seen the first one, but
all right, guys, we're heading over. I gotta head out.
All right, you take care, brother. We're about to.
John, don't forget to work.
Already did.
Take care, buddy.
Okay. All right, guys.
Yep. Be good. And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Of course, you guys know you're watching State of the Atmosfere. We do it every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And we will continue the Sweeney Spot every week until she, we're going to continue it because I like that girl. I really do. I think she's awesome. And we'll see what happens with the D files and everything else. But we're definitely going to talk Joker next week for sure. And I might have a review of the Penguin for you. I'm gonna watch a few more episodes of that, but it'll be spoiler free because I'm not really going to talk about it until Knock talks about it. So
yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back with everything pop culture next week at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and then of course you can see me Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time for Sketching the Privateer. See me working on my comic book. And at 8 p.m. Central Time, it's Game Night with John on Pop Culture Minefield, where he's wrapping up the Telltale series of The Walking Dead. Don't forget to go tune in on Pop Culture Minefield for that at 8 p.m. Central Time on Friday. And then Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, it's the MFR Roadhouse. I don't think we're doing it this week. I think he's recovering from dental work, so maybe a couple of weeks. But the regular time is 9 p.m. on Saturdays on Jed Revenwolf's channel for the MFR Roadhouse. And then Monday morning, it's going to be The Keep on Military Monday with Gary and Anima and Martin and myself and hopefully Pope. He was there last week. So you guys come check it out on Pop Culture Minefield's channel on Monday at 10 p.m. Central Time. 10 p.m. I'm saying that wrong. 10 a.m. in the morning. It's Military Monday on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. at 10 a.m. in the morning. And then at 4 p.m. Central Time, it's Only Talk and Roll comes your way. And Brian said this week he's going to be talking about the concert he's going to. And I can't even remember who he's going to see. But he's going to be talking about that and some other things. This Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel, it's Only Talk and Roll. And then at 5 p.m. Central Time on Monday, it's an all-new time for The Brothers Hack the Matrix. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2024, including the Diddy Files. Don't forget, we're going to be covering Diddy in depth on that show for sure. And I'm sure
the Diddler Files?
The Diddler Files. Yes, that's what I should call it, shouldn't I? But anyway, we're going to check out everything in the clown show that is 2024 through today's headlines on The Brothers Hack the Matrix this Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. And then Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time, I get back into Brutal Legend on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, Video Games, Cocktails, and Fails. It'll be part 7 of Brutal Legend this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And that brings us right back around to State of the Atmosphere. So for myself, Das Wolfen and Knock, thank you everybody in the chat. Let's check in with them before we get out of here. He's putting up all the
He's Vince says he's going to the same show I went to.
He's going to the same show you went to. I thought it might be, but I thought maybe I was hearing something else in my head. Let's see. And Battle Royale, much, much better than Jennifer Lawrence one. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Real quick aside about the Keep. Did you know they turned it into a D&D module?
No, I did not.
Yeah, there's a D&D module to Keep.
Really? Wow. I've never seen the movie. I might have to watch it before the show.
It's a good movie.
Is it? Okay. What's the connection to the military?
It's the military's investigating firm. It's been years since I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's an occult. It's an occult thing. I mean, it's they're investigating and yeah.
All right. Cool.
I might be getting confused with another movie, but I think there's like Nazis involved and.
Oh, good God. Great. Nazis and occult artifacts. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
I might be getting it mixed up with another movie, but that's.
Sounds like a poor man's Indiana Jones. We'll see.
Yeah, Nazi troops of World War II Romania awakened a supernatural evil when they set up camp in an ancient stone fortress.
An ancient stone.
It's directed by Michael Mann.
What?
Yep.
And I thought I'd seen all his movies. I'm a fan. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to find that. Ooh.
Yeah, I knew it was about Nazis.
Are they bringing Hellboy into this world?
This predates Hellboy. This is probably where he probably got the idea for Hellboy.
Right? Could be. All right, look, guys. Thank you all in the chat for being here. Thank you all on the platform that bounces, the Bumble, the big green play button, and on X. Thank you very much for watching. And until we see you again, I want to thank you guys very much. And you guys just keep on keeping on. God bless. You guys have a great week. We will see you next week. And don't forget, titties are always awesome.
Same Sweeney time, same Sweeney channel.
That's right. Same Sweeney time, same Sweeney channel. We'll see you next time.